हेलो एंड वेलकम गाइस टू अपग्रेड। आज की वीडियो में यहाँ डिस्कस करेंगे एक प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर। ये प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर है इसरो की एक यूनिट स्पेस एप्लीकेशन सेंटर अहमदाबाद का फॉर द पोस्ट ऑफ टेक्नीशियन बी इन द ट्रेड इलेक्ट्रीशियन। कुछ दिन पहले इसरो की ये कुछ यूनिट सैक का और एनआरएससी का प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन डिफरेंट पोस्ट के लिए यहाँ अपलोड किया जा चुका है। जिन कैंडिडेट्स ने वो प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर नहीं देखा है तो वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में मैं उसको लिंक डाल दूंगी, आप वहाँ से चेकआउट कर सकते हैं। यहाँ पर दो ट्रेड के लिए मेनली क्वेश्चन पेपर अपलोड हो रहे हैं, इलेक्ट्रिकल ट्रेड और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ट्रेड के लिए। जो कैंडिडेट्स ये दोनों ट्रेड से बिलोंग कर रहे हैं तो आप वो प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर जरूर चेक करिएगा। यहाँ पर ऐसे ही एक प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन ये सैक का डिस्कस करेंगे फॉर द पोस्ट ऑफ टेक्नीशियन भी इलेक्ट्रीशियन में। यहाँ पर टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस 100 पूछे गए थे और टोटल 100 मार्क्स का ये पेपर था। वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले अगर आप इस चैनल पे पहली बार विजिट कर रहे हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिएगा, इस वीडियो को लाइक जरूर करिएगा। तो बिना किसी देरी के आज का ये फुल क्वेश्चन पेपर एनालिसिस शुरू करते हैं। सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन है, इन एन इलेक्ट्रिकल मशीन्स लैमिनेटेड कोर्स आर यूज्ड विद अ व्यू टू रिड्यूस। इलेक्ट्रिकल मशीन में लैमिनेटेड किए हुए कोर का प्रयोग क्या कम करने के लिए किया जाता है? ऑप्शंस है हिस्टैरिसीस लॉस, एडी करंट लॉस, कॉपर लॉस और नन ऑफ द अबव। सो laminated cores are used in electrical machines always to reduce the eddy current loss. Next question is, 60 watt and 25 watt lamps are of the same voltage rating. The resistance of 25 watt lamp is। तो हम जानते हैं कि फॉर्मूला है P इज इक्वल टू वी स्क्वायर बाई आर। वोल्टेज यहाँ पर कांस्टेंट कर दिया है तो यहाँ पर हम जानते हैं P इज इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू R। तो जिसका पावर ज़्यादा होगा उसका रेजिस्टेंस कम होगा और जिसका पावर कम होगा उसका रेजिस्टेंस ज़्यादा होगा। तो यहाँ पर रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ 25 वॉट लैम्प का पूछा है, द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ 25 वॉट लैम्प का पूछा है। तो रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ 25 वॉट लैम्प इज ऑलवेज हाई, विल बी हायर दैन द 60 वॉट लैम्प। करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन सी। Next question is, a breather is used in a transformer. It is used in a transformer for cooling purpose or for the oil overflow or to supply oil or to supply dry air. The correct option is option D, that is a breather is used in a transformer to supply dry air. The unit of magnetic flux is Weber. So the correct option is option A, that is the unit is Weber. Next question is, a lead acid battery should not be left in discharged state for long, otherwise. The correct option is option A, that is a lead acid battery should not be left in discharged state for long, otherwise the plates will become sulfated. Next question is, the current which can be approximately drawn for 10 hours from a battery of specification 12 volt and 3 ampere hour is. So the given value here is 3 ampere hour, that means 3 is equals to current multiplied by the time in hour, and the time here given is 10 hour. We have to find the value of current. So I is equals to 3 by 10. We will get 0.3 amperes. The correct option is option B, that is 0.3 amperes. Next question is, mica is a conductor or insulator, semiconductor or superconductor. The correct option is the mica is a insulator, option B. Sinusoidal waveform form factor is, for sinusoidal waveform the form factor is 1.11. Correct option is option A. Next question is, an alternator doesn't contain one of the following. Options are slip rings, commutator, field system or the armature. The alternator doesn't contain the commutator. Correct option is option B. Moving on to the next question, the RMS value of sinusoidal 80 volt peak to peak signal is, peak to peak voltage, peak to peak value given here is 80 volt. Now the formula for this is, value voltage of peak to peak is given as 2 multiplied by voltage at maximum, Vmax. Now to calculate Vmax, firstly we will calculate the voltage maximum as peak to peak voltage, that is 80 divided by 2, it gives 40 volt as Vmax. Now to calculate the value of Vrms, the formula is Vrms is equals to V maximum divided by root 2. Now V maximum value is 40 divided by root 2 volt. The correct answer is option C, that is 40 divided by root 2 volt is the RMS value. Next question is, with increase in temperature the resistance of the copper. As we all know, copper is a metal and metal follows the positive temperature coefficient of resistance. That is, as the temperature increases the resistance also increases. So here the resistance of the copper with increase in temperature will also increase. Correct option is option B. Next question is, for a RLC circuit resonance frequency Options are current is maximum as in the phase with the applied voltage, current is maximum but it lags behind by small angle with the applied voltage. Option C is current is minimum as in the phase with the applied voltage, and option D is current is minimum and it leads the applied voltage by small angle. So since the circuit is RLC resonance circuit, so here the current will be maximum and the XL becomes equals to XC, so the impedance become equals to R and the current will be in the phase with the voltage. The correct option is option A, that is current will be maximum and it will be in the phase with the applied voltage. Correct option is option A. Next question is, which of the following bulbs will have the least resistance? So here the given value is the voltage and its power value. So using the formula P is equals to V square by R, using this formula separately we will calculate each bulb's resistance as, so here the first bulb resistance given R1 is equals to V square by P, that is here V is 220, 220 multiplied by 220 divided by 60, it gives 806.67 ohms. On calculating it we will get this. Now talking about resistance R2, here the voltage is 115 and power is 60 watt. So on calculating it we will get 220.41 ohms. For resistance 3 R3, on calculating it we will get the resistance R3 value as 132.25 ohms, and for the last bulbs we will get 220 multiplied by 220 divided by 100, we get 484 ohms. According to the option, the least resistance of the bulb is option C, that is 132.25 ohms. Next question is, the frequency of AC supply used in India for domestic purpose is. So the frequency of AC supply in India is 50 Hz. Next question is, the color code for the register number 8 is represented by. So first of all, let's see the color coding for this. Starting with the color coding starts with the black, then brown, then comes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, grey, white, and the tolerance are gold, silver, and then none. So it is a different thing, tolerance. The coding of black as 0, brown 1, red 2, orange 3, yellow as 4 code, green code is 5, blue code is 6, violet code is 7, grey code is 8, and white code is 9. So here in this question, the register, what is the color code for the register whose number 8 is, which is represented by the number 8? So here in this we can easily see the color code for the 8 is, the color is grey. Next question is, the electric power converted into heat when an alternating current flows through an ohmic resistance, it is called as true power. Correct option is option A. Next question is, power taken by a resistance of 20 ohms with a flow of current of 10 ampere is. Here we have to calculate the value of power. So firstly we will calculate the value of voltage. Using the formula V is equals to IR, the voltage can be calculated as the current is 10 and resistance is 20. The voltage here becomes 200 volt. Now to calculate the power, P is equals to VI formula can be used. The voltage is 200 and current value is 10. So the power becomes 2000 watt, that is 2 kilowatt. Correct option is option A, that is here the power taken by the resistance is 2 kilowatt. Next question is, a practical method to improve the lagging power factor of a fluorescent lamp is 2. The correct answer is option B, that is we will connect a capacitor across the lamp circuit so that to improve the lagging power factor in a fluorescent lamp. Question is, 4 heaters of rating 1 kilowatt 250 volt each are available. How will you connect them for maximum heat? So to get the maximum heat, all should be connected in parallel. The correct option is option B. Next question is, efficiency of a power transformer is of the order of. It is of the order of about 98%. Correct option is option C. The power factor of an AC circuit is given by. The power factor in an AC circuit can be given as cos phi is equals to R by Z, Also, the cos phi can be also be written as P by S, that is active power divided by apparent power, which can be represented as kilowatt divided by kilovolt ampere. So, according to the options, all the three options are correct. So, the correct option is option D, that is all of these can be represented as the power factor of an AC circuit. Next question is, in which of the following motors external resistance can be added to start the motor? Options are salient pole synchronous motor, a slip ring induction motor, a squirrel cage induction motor, or a wound rotor synchronous motor. The correct option is option B, that is the external resistance can be added in a slip ring induction motor. Next question is, a step up transformer increases. The step up transformer increases the voltage. Correct option is option A. Next question is, synchronous motor is installed at receiving end of substations. 2. Options are to improve the power factor, to stabilize the substation voltage, to perform both the above functions, none of these. So the correct option is option A, that is the synchronous motors are always used in a substation to improve the power factor of the system. Correct option is option A. Next is, during charging the electrolyte of a lead acid cell becomes, options are stronger, weaker, water or diluted. So during charging the electrolyte becomes more stronger. Correct option is option A. The continuity of an electrical circuit is usually checked by, the options are ohm meter, ammeter, voltmeter and maker. Correct option is option A, that is ohm meter. Using ohm meter, the continuity of an electrical circuit can be checked. Next question is, oil is used in a power transformer for. So oil is used in a transformer for the cooling purpose. Correct option is option B. Which of the following transformer connections are best suited for 3-phase 4-wire services? So for the application of 3-phase 4-wire services, delta star connections are best suited. Correct option is option B. Next question is, the size of earth or ground wire is based on. Options are option A, maximum fault current carrying through the ground wire. Option B is rated current carrying capacity of the service line. Option D is on the soil resistance, and option D is it depends on both option A and option C. Correct option is option D, that is it depends on the maximum fault current and also on the soil resistance. The correct answer is option D. Options are second, excessive heating of the core, high secondary EMF, or increase in the iron loss, or all of the above. The option is option B, that is current transformer its secondary must be short circuited in order to avoid high secondary EMF. Next question is, when the pointer of a meter reaches close to 0, the resistance being measured is small. Correct option is option C. Next question is, one of the following statement concerns parallel operation of a transformer. Which one of the following is not correct? The first option is transformer must have equal voltage rating for the parallel operation of transformers. Yes, true. Next is, transformer must have same ratio of transformations. Yes, it is also true. Next, C option is, same transformer must be operated as the same frequency. Yes, it is also true. Last option is, the transformer must have equal kVA ratings. No, it is not true. So correct option is option D, that is during the parallel operation of a transformer, it is not necessary that both the transformer must have same kVA ratings. So the option D is the correct option. Next question is, in some fluorescent lamp installations, wheels of rotating machinery appears to be stationary due to, options are stroboscopic effect, phosphorescence, next is poor circuit power factor, or low voltage supply. Correct option is due to stroboscopic effect. Next question is, current transformers are used for measurement of. The current transformers are used for the measurement of current. Correct option is option C. Next question is, the resistance can be measured more accurately by. Options are voltmeter ammeter method, bridge method, multimeter, or by Mager. The resistance can be measured more accurately by using the bridge method. Correct option is option B. Next is, one of the characteristics of a single phase motor is that is that it is not self-starting. Correct option is option B. Next question is a Zener diode is used for. Options are voltage regulation, rectification, noise suppression, or AC blocking. Correct answer is it is used as a voltage regulation. Next question is the direction of rotation of a single phase induction motor can be reversed by. The option is option B, that is reversing the connection of the starting winding. Here it is given starting, in the spelling error is the reversing the connection of starting winding. We can easily change the direction of rotation in a single phase induction motor. Next question is earth leakage circuit breaker ELCB works on the principle of. Options are overload current, short load current, residual current, or neutral current. So correct option is option C, that is ELCB works on the principle of residual current. Next question is a pure capacitive circuit is connected across 230 volt 50 Hz AC supply. The power factor of the load is. The power factor will be always 0. Correct answer is option A. Next is the full load copper loss of a transformer is 1600 watt. At half load the copper loss will be. The power at half load can be calculated as 1 by 2 ka whole square multiplied by power at full load. On calculating we will get as 400 watt. So the correct option is option D, that is half load. At half load the copper loss will be 400 watt. Moving on to the next question, the unit of impedance is. The unit of impedance is ohms. Correct option is option C. Which of the following is not standard voltage for power supply in India? So according to the option, the correct option is option D, that is 122 kilovolt. 122 kilovolt is not considered as a standard voltage for the power supply in India. Next question is a no load test on a transformer is carried out to determine. The no load test in a transformer is always carried out to determine the no load loss and the magnetizing current. Correct option is option C. Next is which of the following doesn't change in a transformer? So in a transformer frequency doesn't change. Correct option is option C. Next is a pure inductive load is connected across a 230 volt 50 Hz AC supply. The power factor of the load is. If a question asks about pure inductive or pure capacitive case, always the power factor will be 0. The correct option is option A. Next question is expansion of MCCB is. The full form of MCCB is molded cage circuit breaker. Correct option is option A. In transformers, the tap changings are connected to the following winding. Tap changings are always connected to the high tension side of the winding. Correct option is option A. Next question is a voltmeter should have. Options are low internal resistance, high internal resistance, electrostatic plates, or a sensitive amplifier. Voltmeter should always have a high internal resistance. Correct option is option B. Next is the value of earth resistance in and around the substation shall be. It should be as low as possible. The correct option is option A, that is it should be around 1 ohm to 2 ohms. Next question is the B series MCBs used to protect the equipment is. Uninterrupted power supply UPS is provided to protect critical loads against. So UPS provide protection against all of these. So the correct option is option D. Next is the speed of an induction motor. The speed of an induction motor decreases when increase in the load. So the correct option is option C, that is the speed of an induction motor decreases with the increase in the load. The braking capacity of MCB is generally around is below 2 kiloamperes. The starting torque of a single phase induction motor is. The starting torque of a single phase induction motor is 0. Correct option is option D. Next is which type of circuit breaker is used for 415 volt LT system? Correct answer is it is vacuum circuit breaker. Vacuum circuit breaker is used for 415 volt low tension systems. Next is LED stands for. The full form of LED is light emitting diode. Correct option is option C. Next is the effect of increasing the length of air gap in an induction motor will be is to increase the. It is to increase the magnetizing current. Correct option is option C. Next question is, in the control circuit wiring, the meaning of normally closed contacts mean. The meaning of normally closed contacts is the contacts where is the contacts closed when the relay coil is de-energized. Correct option is option D. Moving on to the next question, the frequency of the secondary voltage of the transformer will be. As we all know, in transformer the frequency remains same for the primary and the secondary winding. So the frequency remains same as it is equal for the both primary voltage, primary side winding, and for the secondary side voltage of winding. So correct option is option B. Next is the general expression for the resistance. As we all know, the formula for the resistance is R is equals to rho L by A. Rho is the resistivity, L is the length, and A is the area. So here the correct answer is option D, that is R is equals to rho L by A. When a low resistance is connected in parallel with a high resistance, the combined resistance is, options are always more than the high resistance, always less than the low resistance, always in between the high resistance and the low resistance, or option D, either lower or higher than low resistance depending upon the value of high resistance. When two unequal resistances are connected in parallel, then the combined resistance, that is the equivalent resistance, will always be the less than the value of the low resistance. Correct option is option B. Next is the value of specific gravity of acid when the lead acid battery is fully charged. The specific gravity of lead acid battery is 1.285. Correct option is option A, that is 1.285. Resistance of a wire is R ohms. The wire is stretched to double its length, then its resistance in the ohms is. Here initial resistance R is equals to rho L by A. Now the new resistance R dash is equals to resistivity being the same. The length becomes 2L. Now area A will becomes half. Since length is increasing, the automatically the area, the diameter will reduce. So on solving this, we will get resistance as 4R. So the correct option is option B, that is the resistance in the ohms will become as 4R. Moving on to the next question. SF6 gas is a sulfur hexafluoride gas. Correct option is option C. Next is, which of the following value will remain the same in all parts of a series circuit? In the series circuit, the current remains the same. So the correct answer is the current. Option B is the correct answer. The level of illumination in an area is measured using. So illumination is measured using the lux meter. Correct option is option B. Next question is, the input of an AC circuit having power factor of 0.7 lagging is 200 kVA. The power drawn by the circuit is. So as we all know, the power factor formula cos phi is equals to P by S. P is the active power which is represented in kilowatt. S is the apparent power which is denoted by kVA, kilovolt ampere. Now here the power factor value is given as cos phi is 0.7, power factor lagging. Putting the values, cos phi is 0.7. We need to calculate the value of power in kilowatt, and here the kilovolt ampere value is given as 200. So P, active power, is equals to 200 multiplied by 0.7. We will get 140 kilowatt. Correct option is option B, that is 140 kilowatt is the power drawn by the circuit. Moving on to the next question. For a transformer, the condition of the maximum efficiency is, the condition for the maximum efficiency is when the no load loss becomes equal to the copper loss. That is the no load loss, that is the core loss. We can also say it as the no load loss or the core loss is equals to the copper loss. The condition gives the case of the maximum efficiency. So here the correct answer is option C, that is when the copper loss becomes equals to the core loss. What is the cause of running a three-phase induction motor in reverse direction? Options are supply voltage is not correct. Option B, starting method of motor is not correct. Option C is one fuse of the supply line blown. Option D is phase sequence of the supply line got reversed. Correct answer is option D, that is the phase sequence of the supply line got reversed. That is the cause of running of a three-phase induction motor in a reverse direction. Next is, in a circuit breaker, oil as a quenching medium has an advantage of. It has an advantage of Good cooling properties as well as absorption of the arc energy, true. It has high dielectric strength when we use oil as a quenching medium, yes, it is also true. And acting as an insulator, yes, this statement is also true. So the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above statement is true as when we use oil as a quenching medium in a circuit breaker. The current from the stator of an alternator is taken out to the external load circuit through. Options are slip rings, commutator segments, solid connections, and the carbon brushes. So the current from the stator of an alternator is taken out through the means of a slip rings. Correct option is option A. Next is the effect of smoke acid and alkali is negligible. Options are TRS wire, VIR wire, flexible wire, or lead sheet wire. Correct answer is it is the lead sheet wire. The effect of smoke acid and alkali is negligible. Moving on to the next question. All the voltage drops and source voltage added together in a series circuit is equal to. Options are the total of the voltage drops, the source voltage, or it is 0, or the total of the source voltage and the voltage drops. So all the voltage drop and the source voltage added together in a series circuit is equals to 0. Load factor is defined as the ratio of average load to the maximum demand. The correct option is option C, that is average demand upon maximum demand. Next is how many degrees are there in pi by 4 radians? So to calculate this, pi is equals to 180 degree. 180 degree divided by 4, it gives 45 degree. So the 45 degrees are there in pi by 4 radians. Next is what is the maximum permissible voltage of all appliance on 16 ampere fuse branch circuit? So let us consider, if we consider as a voltage as 230 volt and here the current given is 16 ampere. So using the formula P is equals to V multiplied by I. So if we multiply this, we will get approximately power as 3.7 kilowatt. So according to the option, the correct answer will be 3 kilowatt, because option B it is 3.9 kilowatt, which is greater than 3.7 here. So it cannot be possible. These options cannot be possible. So the correct answer will be option A, that is 3 kilowatt. Next is in a balanced three-phase system, the voltages are separated by. In a balanced three-phase system, the voltages are separated each by 120 degree. Correct option is option C. Next is a isolator is. Options are power factor correcting device. No, it is not. It is a device to neutralize the effect of transients. No, it is not. A isolator is a waveform correcting device. No, it is not. So, a isolator is a physically disconnecting device. Yet, yes, it is true. The correct option is option D. That is, a isolator is a physically disconnecting device. Next is in a star-star source or load configuration, the phase current and the line current and the load current are all equal in each phase. Next option is the phase current and the line current and the load current are 120 degree out of phase. It is false statement. Next C option is phase current, line current are in the phase and both are 120 degree out of phase. No, it is false statement. Next last option is the line current and the load current are in the phase and both are out of phase with each other. No, it is a false statement. So in a star-star connected source or load configuration, all the three, the line current, phase current and the load current are always in equal with each other and are in the phase with each other. Correct option is option A. Next question is the current flowing through a circuit of 50 volt source and 5 mega ohm resistance is. Using the formula V is equals to IR, I is equals to V by R. Here the voltage is 50 volt, resistance is 5 mega ohms, that is 5 multiplied into 10 to the power 6. On calculation we get 10 micro amperes. Correct option is option A. Next is a multimeter. AVO meter measures. Options are current. Option B is voltage. Option C is resistance. Option D is current, voltage and the resistance. Correct answer is option D, that is a multimeter measures current, voltage and resistance. All of these. Next is the resistance of a wire is 2 ohms. The wire is stretched to double its length. Then its resistance in ohms is. Here the value of resistance given is 2 ohms. Using the formula R is equals to rho L by A. R1 considered as 2 ohms, as 2 is equals to rho L by A. Now the finding the new resistance when length get doubles are, let it consider as R2. Resistivity remains the same, length becomes double, then area will become half. So on calculating it, we get R2 as 8 ohms. Correct option is option B, that is the new resistance will become as 8 ohms. Next question is, a circuit breaker is, options are fuse only, isolating switch, a resettable protective device, or a resistor. So circuit breaker is a resettable protective device. Option C. In a three-phase system, when the loads are perfectly balanced, the neutral current is. In a three-phase system, when loads are perfectly balanced, the neutral current carries no current, zero current. That is, correct option is option A. Next is, a half watt is equal to how many milliwatts? Correct option is option C, that is half watt is equals to 500 milliwatts. Next is, a 220 volt heater is used on 110 volt supply. The heat produced by will be, correct answer is option C, that is the heat produced will be 1 by 4th. Next is, sweep of a ceiling fan refers to. Options are, option A is radius of the circle formed by its rotation, B is double the length of the blade, or C is the distance from the center of the motor to the tip of the blade, or option D is double the distance from the center of the motor to the tip of the blade. The correct answer is, the sweep of the ceiling fan refers to the diameter of the circle formed by its rotation. Here the printing mistake, here it is the radius, it is not the radius, it is considered as the diameter of the circle formed by its rotation. Option A is the correct option. Next is, what is the commercial unit of electrical energy? The commercial unit of electrical energy is kilowatt hour. Correct option is option B. Next is, which of the following is the unit of measurement of reactive power? The reactive power is measured by the unit of VAR, volt ampere reactive. Next is, a 4-pole 3-phase induction motor has a synchronous speed of 30 revolutions per second. What will be the frequency of the supply to the stator? Here number of poles given is 4. The 3-phase induction motor, the speed, the synchronous speed here given is 30 revolutions per second. So here to convert it into RPM, we will multiply it by 60, we will get 1800 RPM. The synchronous speed is 1800 RPM. Now we have to find out the frequency using the formula Ns is equals to 120 F by P. Using the, then F is equals to synchronous speed multiplied by number of poles divided by 120. So 1800 multiplied by 4 divided by 120, we get as 60 Hz. The correct option is option A, that is the frequency of the supply to the stator is 60 Hz. Next is, what is the effect of single phasing on a 3-phase motor if it occurs at a time of starting a motor? So in a 3-phase motor, if the motor starts with single phasing, the motor will fail to start, it will not start at all. The correct answer is option B, that is motor fails to start or stall. मोटर शुरू नहीं होगी अथवा रुक जाएगी. Next is, pure water is electrically. The options are good conductor, bad conductor, semiconductor, or superconductor. The pure water is electrically considered as a bad conductor. Option B is the correct option because it lacks ions. Next is, the size of the feeder is determined primarily by. The size of the feeder is primarily determined by the current required to carry. Correct option is option A. Next is, in which of the following electrolysis is not used? Options are electroplating, electrotyping, soldering, or electropolishing. So the electrodes in soldering process, electrolysis is not used. Correct option is option C. Next question is, an electric motor in which rotor and stator fields rotate simultaneously is called as. So it is called as a synchronous motor. Correct option is option C. The electric motor in which the rotor and stator fields rotate simultaneously is called as a synchronous motor. Next question is, in a 3-phase induction motor, which of the following statement is false? Options are, slip speed of a synchronous motor minus the slip speed. Options are, the slip speed is the synchronous speed minus the rotor speed. It is true. Next is, as the rotor is loaded, the slip increases. Yes, it is also true. Next is the frequency of induced rotor EMF increases with the load on the rotor. No, it is false statement. And next option is the torque on the rotor is due to the interaction of magnetic fields. It is also true. So the correct option is option C, that the frequency of the induced rotor EMF increases with the load of the rotor. This statement is false, and the question is asking which of the following statement is false. So this statement is false. Correct option is option C. Next is, which statement regarding the Kirchhoff's current law KCL is correct? Options are, in a closed loop or mesh, sum of the voltage drop or voltage rise is equals to 0. No, it is false. Next is, at a node of a circuit the summation of current is 0. This statement is true. That is, summation of current is equals to 0 according to Kirchhoff's current law. Next option given is, the current flowing towards the junction is always less than the current leaving the junction. No, it is not less, it is always equal. This statement is also false. And last option is, the current flowing through a junction is always more than the current leaving the junction. No, it is not. This statement is also false. The correct option is option B, that is, summation of, at a node of a circuit the summation of current is always 0. That is, incoming current is equals to the outgoing current. Next question. The slip speed of an induction motor may be defined as, the slip speed of an induction motor is defined as the synchronous speed minus the rotor speed. The correct option is option D, that is, the slip speed is equals to the synchronous speed minus the rotor speed. This gives this formula for the slip speed. Next question is, the principle of operation of a three-phase induction motor is most similar to that of a. So the principle of operation of a three-phase induction motor is more similar to that of a transformer with a shorted secondary. Correct option is option C. So these were the 100 questions which I have discussed, which is the previous year question for the ISRO's unit Space Application Center Ahmedabad, which was held in 2018 for the post of technician being a trade electrician. If you find any difficulty or any problem in any of these questions, you can comment down in the comment section. I will try my best to resolve your queries. If you have any suggestion, do comment also. Like this video. If you find this video helpful, do like, comment, share and subscribe to our channel. We will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.